Hey, are you selling, buying, or renting a home in 2023? You're not going to want to miss this real estate market update. Hey, I'm Jesse Morrison, your real estate agent here in San Diego, and we just released our national real estate market outlook where we share economist predictions for this coming year. In it, we answer burning questions like, where are mortgage rates and home prices headed? When is the pace of sales expected to pick up again? And what does all this mean for San Diego sellers, buyers, and renters? Before we get into all of that though, if you watch and enjoy this video, just let us know by giving us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, drop us a comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, then just be sure to hit that subscribe button for more San Diego real estate advice, news, and housing market updates. Now let's get into the market update. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that mortgage rates, they're expected to fluctuate less this year. In 2022, we saw one of the fastest spikes in mortgage rates ever in history, right? They went from 3% all the way, they more than doubled to 7% in just a short period of time. And a lot of the leading economists, they kind of have a difference in opinion on where things are going to go, but it all depends on what the Fed does with interest rates. And the Fed doesn't even know if they're going to continue to raise interest rates or put a pause or come down, right? They just initiated a slowdown in the rise of interest rates, but we don't know how long that's going to last. And I don't think they do either. It all depends on, how the market reacts and how inflation, starts showing its signs of slowing down or leveling off. And mortgage rates are the same, right? So if the Fed sees inflation continue to go up, they're going to continue to hike rates and mortgage rates will follow suit. So if that's the case, some of these economists that we're looking at, they expect mortgage rates to go up into the 8.5% range. On the other hand, if inflation kind of levels out this year, then we can see mortgage rates also do the same thing. And economists, if that's the case, then mortgage rates should probably be around 7 to 7.5% by the end of this year. And finally, in the last case scenario, if the Fed is too strong on raising interest rates and the hike in the interest rates starts, causing the economy to fall into a recession, then if that's the case, the Fed's gonna have to start lowering their interest rates sooner than later, and then the mortgage rates will follow suit, right? And if that happens, then experts are saying that the mortgage rates could end up as low as 5 to 5.5% by the end of 2023. So that's a big spread, right? Between 5% on the low end to 8.5% on the high end, depending on which economist you're talking about. So how do you interpret all that? What does that mean for you? I would say this, right? Instead of trying to, time the market and trying to predict the future, it's obviously clear that even the experts are having a difference in opinion on what the future looks like. I would say, instead of doing that, guys, I would say focus on buying or selling your home when the time is right for you specifically. So what do I mean by that? Look, if you're thinking about buying a home, right, and you're tired of rents continuing to raise or go up on you, and you just want the security of locking in your payment, and you can find a house where you can comfortably afford the mortgage payment and it's a house that serves your family well, then do it. Take action. Pull the trigger. And if you're selling a house, look, there's a reason, there's a motivation behind why you need to sell, right? If you can find a solution to fulfill that motivation, then do it. And if you can't, then maybe take a step back and wait for the right opportunity or the right timing. Remember, don't put too much stock into trying to time the market. Instead, figure out what you need to do, and when that timing is right for you, then take action. So point number 2 is this: sales volume is going to fall and inventory is going to go up. So depending on which expert you listen to, you might have a difference in how big of a spread or what the percentages or the numbers that they're providing to you are. But the gist of it is this: less homes are going to sell in 2023 than happened in the past, 2022. And then experts think that in the following year, in 2024, you'll see more homes sell in 2024 than you did in 2023. And why is this the case? It's simply because, right, we just saw prices go way up, and then over this last year, mortgage rates doubled. So homes are way less affordable, and therefore less people will be purchasing homes because they can't afford it. And if less people are buying homes, then obviously inventory will go up. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So what does this mean for you if you're thinking about buying a home? The good thing is this, guys. If you were one of those people that were considering buying a home, last year or the year before, and you were out there submitting offers, you're probably a little frustrated because every offer you submitted on the house, you were competing with 10, 15, 20 other buyers. And at that point, most buyers didn't end up selecting the home that they wanted. They just got whatever was left over. But nowadays things are different, right? Though there's still a small amount of inventory out there, you have a lot more power as a buyer because there's less competition. Now you can actually select the home that you want rather than just being okay with whatever's left over. And if you're considering selling a home, you might want to take action a little bit sooner than later, because as inventory rises and affordability is coming down, you're going to have more and more competition from sellers and less competition from buyers, which gives buyers more leverage, right? But don't be discouraged, guys. With the right plan of action, you can always find ways of maximizing your bottom line. And if you need help with something like that, I would love to be of service. Just reach out for a free consultation. So the next point is that home prices will remain relatively stable this year. Again, economists have a slightly different of opinion on this matter. The chief executive or chief economist, I should say, over at Realtor.com, they believe that we will see an increase in value year over year of 5.4%. But on the other hand, Morgan Stanley is predicting a 7% decrease in value year over year. And I'm not saying like 7% down from where we are today, but they're saying 7% from the peak of June of 2022 until where we could be going here in 2023. So that's actually a pretty small spread between economists' opinions. That's why we're saying that values should be relatively stable this year. But the main point is that all the economists can agree on the fact that this recession that we're likely going into isn't going to be anything like 2008. And what I mean by that is, in 2008, guys, what caused the Great Recession was loose lending guidelines by the mortgage professionals and a huge amount of inventory. And since the Great Depression, the lending guidelines have tightened up so much. I mean, I've had many doctor clients who make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and have closer to $1 million in the bank account, have a difficult time, going through the standards, proving that they are capable of buying a home well below their means. So they're having to jump through hoops just as much as anybody else. And it was pretty frustrating for them at the time because they're like, look, we are well qualified to buy a home. Why would we have to jump through so many hoops? And it's simply because the banks have been very tight on their guidelines to ensure that the people who are buying homes can actually afford to do it. And because of that, again, the quality of buyers out there is significantly different than the buyers that we had in 2008. And also, inventory being as low as it is right now, we're in a completely opposite scenario as we were back in 2008. So what does this mean for you, right? It's always scary to whether you're buying or selling. Like, this is a big financial decision, whether the market is up, down, or sideways. And right now, with all the uncertainty in the world, I definitely understand how this could be scary. But I want to encourage you because look, with every challenge comes opportunity, right? And if you want to know what that opportunity looks like for you when it comes to buying or selling, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to have that free consultation with you and discover that together. The next point is this: rent rates are going to continue to go up this year. Look, guys, with less people buying homes, those would-be buyers are now becoming renters and entering that market, which means we're going to have more demand for the rental home and less supply. And look, guys, with more demand than supply, basic economics tells us that prices have to go up. It's just by a matter of how much, right? And experts are predicting that rates will go up 3.3% on the low end, and some experts are predicting as high as 8.4% increase of rent year over year. And so if you're ever thinking about buying a rental property, now might be the perfect time to do something like that. Look, so here in San Diego, we're currently seeing homes sitting on the market longer, right? Buyers are being less aggressive with their offers, and the median value of detached homes is down 13% from their $1 million peak in April of 2022 to where they currently sit at $870,000. But could all this change in the coming year? Click on the link in the description below and find out now. And then contact us with any questions or schedule a free consultation, guys. We'd love to help you achieve your real estate goals this year. Hey, Jesse Morrison here. Hope you found that video helpful, guys. Links to any resources and our contact information can be found in the description below. Don't forget to check out our other videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And after subscribing, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of our latest San Diego real estate advice, news, and housing market updates.